The Pro-Gen Tyrus. One of the most interesting cars in GTA 5 Online, as we actually know a lot about this car in terms of the history aspect. So, today, we'll take a look at one of my favorite cars and also one of the most interesting cars in another episode of Behind the Wheel. Enjoy. So, the Pro-Gen Tyrus was added on July 12, 2016, as part of the Cunning Stunts update. If we actually go on here, you can see the original idea behind Pro-Gen's design. Originally designed as a road-legal confidence booster for the wealthy but poorly endowed, the Tyrus found its true calling elsewhere. It didn't just beat its race-tuned rivals. It serially teabagged them across every endurance Grand Prix in competitive motorsport, which is particularly good for you, because you can pretend this isn't all about your tiny package. Now, obviously, this is just a joke kind of description, but it actually does tell us a lot about this car's history. The car was originally designed to be a car for people to buy that didn't really have a lot of recognition. And someone's buzzing my office garage. Cool. But it was made for people that doesn't really have a lot of recognition. And so they would buy this car and receive that recognition. Very interesting idea, and also very, very cool. So, the Tyrus is already getting interesting, but it gets even more interesting whenever you stop looking at the exterior and actually go into the interior. But first, what this car is actually based on. It's based on two cars. First, the Celine S7, as well as the McLaren F1 GTR Longtail, which explains why it's so long at the back. Even the Celine is kind of like that. And also the taillights are straight from that S7. So, let's move on to the interior design. Getting behind the wheel of the Tyrus honestly doesn't feel like you're behind the wheel of a hypercar. Rather, it actually feels like you're behind the wheel of a rally car. Just due to the race-ready interior, it really doesn't seem like you're in any kind of hypercar at all. It just feels like you're in a rally car, especially if you're driving these kind of roads here. Not to mention, this thing just looks so insane as it drives around. Honestly, it's a ton of fun to drive, and it's just ridiculous. Not to mention the sound. It sounds great, it drifts amazingly, and honestly, no matter if it's just with you or even one of your friends, it will always be a great experience to drive this thing. And honest to God, I was going to say this one more time. Just with the race-ready interior and also the Pisswasser, kind of livery stripe thing, this kind of the logo on there that you can't really remove, unfortunately, but it does kind of complete the car's look. But due to all that, it just feels like a rally car, which is cool because rally cars are awesome, just like this car. Okay, so right now we're at the casino track, and I'm gonna time this thing. So I'm going to go on clock here. We're going to go stopwatch. So I got my stopwatch app pulled up right now. We're ready for this. So we're going to do a lap. We're going to do 3 laps around. And I'm going to lap each one. So I'll stop every lap and kind of go over the time. So let's begin in 3, 2, 1, go. And also, this is a dirt track, so it's going to be a lot slower than normal. Alright, so it's now... Alright, so first lap is in total 31 seconds, exactly 31 seconds. So now if I reset that, we'll do another one. So I'm actually going to reverse this down here, and also the reversing speed is actually about 36 miles an hour. So right here at the first light pole around this corner, we'll mark the lap. So right here, 3, 2, 1. Lap. And we'll just keep going now for the final one. Lap 2 is 29 seconds and 49 milliseconds. Lap. Alright. So, lap 1 was 31 seconds. Lap 2 was 29.49 seconds. And finally, lap 3 was 26.46 seconds. Not half bad at all. That was the lap time, but what about top speed? Here we're back at LSIA, like we did with the X80 Proto, and I'm going to do 2 runs. The first one, I'm not going to do double clutching. Second one, I will do double clutching. So the first one. 100 miles an hour. So about 117 miles per hour. Actually, we'll do one final run covering both runways, just to make sure this thing's top speed is actually all the way up if it is. So now, pull up right to this line, and we'll do a double clutch. So, 3, 2, 1, let's go. Come on. Okay, fine. Alright, now we're gonna try to turn this thing in high speed. And we're gonna drive down both runways and see how this thing's speed changes. Now you get through every gear here. About 118 miles per hour. So, after all the testing and after covering what this car was originally intended to do, personally, I actually think that Progen actually achieved their original goal to make a car that was for the wealthy but poorly endowed. As if you were to buy this car and then enter, say, a street race, due to this car's crazy handling as well as its top speed, which can actually increase quite a bit in city streets, the fastest I've ever gotten this thing up to, by the way, is about 156, which is a blisteringly fast car. But if you win a street race with this thing, then needless to say, that won't go unrecognized. And honestly, I think that Progen did a really good job at making this car. And just to show that, I'll be doing exactly what I did in the last video with the X80 Proto, driving this thing around the town and showing you guys what it's capable of actually doing. Sit back, relax, and enjoy this ride. It'll be a pretty fun one. So, after that little run there, I think it's pretty much safe to say that, yeah, this car can handle pretty damn well. The only real issue with it is that you're pretty low, like, to the floor in this car, so you can't exactly see over the dashboard very well at times, which is the only real problem I have with this car. Stop. The only problem I have with this car, though. But anyways, though, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, then you know what to do. We'll see you guys next time. Peace out, everybody.